Worthy of note, not all good debts are good. Not all good debts are good. And how do I know? Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is one of the shakers and the movers of this world. He is the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. He is a billionaire all by trading stocks. His net worth totals $100.6 billion. And this 90-year-old man, though he will be 91 August 30, has just two rules of doing business. The first one is never lose money, and the second one is don't forget rule number 1. He invests 80% of his time on researching everything he can know on a particular product. He never purchases a stock if he still has a gray area and a doubt about the product. He buys stocks after knowing everything he can know about the stock and the product. And the reason why he hasn't lost money as such in his business, because to him money is precious to be lost. Money is precious to be lost. So a good debt can become a bad debt when the money you borrowed is invested on a business you know virtually nothing about. You carried out no research on the company, you carried out no research on the business, and you borrowed money to invest in such business. I'm telling you, you just stepped on a landmine. You just stepped on a landmine. You don't borrow money to invest in gold when you know nothing about gold business. Before you invest your borrowed money or hard-earned one, you must research everything about the company, the product, and the structure. You don't leave anything to chance. Because a good debt can become a bad debt when you invest the money on volatile investment and punky schemes. I'm praying for you. May your life not be volatile and may your money not be schemed. Because punky schemes can scheme your borrowed money from your hand and left you with nothing than regret, disappointment, and a huge debt to repay. So a good debt can become a bad debt when you invest such money in a business you know nothing about. A good debt can become a bad one when you borrow money and you dig the ground and buried it, like the third man in the parable of the talent who was given 1 talent. He was called an unfaithful and a slothful servant. The money you borrowed must be carefully invested in a business that will make you to gain 4 times the amount you borrowed. So our advice from today that you make the 2 rules of Warren Buffett your rule. Make it your rule. Number 1, never lose money. And number 2, don't forget rule number 1. My father in the Lord, in person of Apostle Gabriel Idogwe said, a wise businessman will buy investment when the rich are buying and sell when they are selling. So you've got to be wise. Whenever you see Dangote is selling some of his shares in a particular company, be wise enough to go and sell yours. And whenever you see him buying shares in a company, be wise enough to go and do the same. And that's how we know that you are wise.